Hello, everybody. Coach Caren here, owner of Kaia FIT Sierra with 4 studios in Reno and Sparks. And I am so excited to be here today to talk with Sam from Ora Organic. She consults with Ora Organic. She has a PhD in nutrition, amazing expertise here that we're going to be talking through the line of Ora Organic products, as well as some of the new products that released since we started our partnership with Ora Organic in March, April of 2022. So really tapping into what these products offer and value for us, and talking through maybe things you should be thinking about when you're considering whether you should use one or not use one, of course. So we're going to be diving into some of that today. So take it away, Sam.
Thank you so much, Caren, and thank you to the Kaia FIT community for welcoming me here. I am so excited to share more about Ora with you and to share with you about these new products. All of these products are so near and dear to my heart, and though I'm not on the development side, I don't develop the actual supplements. Every time we have a new one released, I'm like, oh, this is so awesome. This is so good. So I'm really excited to share about these with you. First, to give a brief overview of Ora Organic, about our company, what we value. We were founded in 2015 by a group of friends who really wanted supplements that were plant-based, ethically sourced, and effective. So anytime you take an Ora Organic product, you can be sure that it is going to be a plant-based product, vegan, mostly certified vegan, if not all, yes, all certified vegan, gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, and of course, when possible, certified organic. Probably about half of our line is certified organic. We have certified made with organic, as well as some products that are made with organic ingredients. So, what we put into our products are something we really spend time thinking about, and we're always sure that they're going to be clean, delicious vegan products. Our products are effective. So another really important piece of our work is that we make sure that each ingredient has a purpose. We do not put a bunch of fillers into our products. We do not put artificial flavors or ingredients or colors or anything. If something is landing in our product, it is there for a reason, and it's there for a reason that's ultimately going to benefit you and your health. We are incredibly transparent as a company. This was a big value that went into the creation of Ora Organic. So we are transparent in the ingredients that we use. The labeling on our products is second to none in terms of actually telling you what is in the product, what is the exact trademarked probiotic strain that you're going to find. We're really transparent in those ingredients, in the sourcing, where did they come from, and then in testing. So we third-party test all of our products to make sure that what's on the label is what's in the bottle or in the bag, and to make sure that there's no nasty extras that we don't want, like extra heavy metals or pesticides or anything else that we don't want, or the gluten, the soy. So these certificates of analysis are actually on the website. So at any time, you can actually go and say, yes, I know that this protein powder is clean. Yes, I know that these probiotics have been tested. And it's a really nice thing, especially with the plethora of supplements that are available. If you find yourself scrolling on Amazon late at night trying to figure out which one to do, right? It's so nice to know that it is a brand you can trust and a product that you can trust.
Yeah, there's just so much out there.
There's so much out there and sourced from so many different places, and yes, you guys are going into a local place where but you can get things from all the way across the world and have no idea where it's really coming from. So it's just nice to know where things are coming from. Lastly, but definitely not least, a joyful experience is a part of our brand values and is a part of what we really try to share. From having powders that have really nice, delicious flavors. We have one of our co-founders, Chef Ron, he truly treats these supplements like he was cooking a meal. And so we have, delicious flavors, easy to take, fun to take. We have cute and fun names because we're very punny people, and great customer service. So if you have a question about anything, of course you can always go to Caren, but if you have a question about anything that shows up, whether you've purchased the product or not, if you reach out to customer service, I guarantee you, I know our team, you're going to get like a friendly response and a friendly people that can actually answer your question and want to answer your question. And it's really lovely. And again, I've been on both sides of the table with Ora because I was an Ora customer for a lot of years before I started working for Ora. And I can say that it's always positive. So that's a bit about Ora in general, Ora Organic in general. In our line, what are you going to find? You're going to find protein powder, pre-workout powder, greens powder. So all of these really are important in our sort of athletic line. We also focus a lot on digestive health. So we have a huge range of, I don't want to say huge, but we have a nice variety of probiotics that are available. And we're going to talk about a couple of them today, but we have probiotics specifically for women's health, just a daily essential probiotic, a probiotic powder for folks that don't want to take pills. Like there's lovely options for digestive health, including digestive enzymes in 2 different formats, both a powder and a capsule. We also have, I think this is a really fun product. We have this one called Happily Ever After, and it's an apple cider vinegar tablet. And if you've ever drank apple cider vinegar, you know that having it in a tablet is a really nice idea.
It changes life.
Right? It's amazing. I mean, not only are you not going to erode your teeth with all of the acid that is in apple cider vinegar, it's actually like pleasurable to take. It's a nice, beautiful tart apple flavor, and it's really great for kind of increasing that digestive fire. A lot of folks that have heartburn or indigestion really like Happily Ever After. There's some wonderful ingredients in there like milk thistle that are great for liver health. And it really is nice for folks that are trying to curb cravings and sweet cravings, particularly in overeating. So that's some on our digestive line. We support stress and immune health. We've got Well Wishes, which is a lovely immune support capsule. We have Knock It Out, or you're a knockout. You're a knockout, knock it out. You're a knockout, which is great for stress and sleep support. Harmonious for general hormone balancing. And then, of course, our beauty line. So beautiful, our hair, skin, and nail supplement, which is so wonderful and so much better than all of the hair, skin, and nails gummies that are out there in the world. Like, beautiful is it. Sun Kissed for all of you out there in the sun, which is just fabulous for keeping the skin healthy and kind of promoting a healthy response to the sun, which is really wonderful. So we really have a really nice wide variety of things that are available. But ultimately what it comes down to is we create the products that we wish we had, where we're not seeing that there's a clean, ethical, effective source. And I think we really excel in some of these products where we blend specific ingredients to create a really powerhouse formula. So as opposed to taking a single herb or a single vitamin, you get a blend that really works synergistically to provide a true change in your health, as opposed to just kind of nailing one symptom at a time.
Mm-hmm. I know for me, when I started, testing these products before releasing them to our members in January this year, I credit it heavily to kickstarting my 40-pound weight loss this year.
Wow.
It was COVID 40 for me. I don't know. Yeah. Just the stress of the pandemic and feeling ready to hard reset and walk my talk, right? And I obviously, returned to meal prepping and everything we offer in our Kaia nutrition plan, but actually being able to pair the Ora Organic supplements, I didn't have cravings coming off the holidays. I was expecting normal detox symptoms that I normally would when you're coming off of sugar and caffeine and these things. And I just didn't experience it when I was using the traditional Kaia pack, which just offhand is the protein powder, the greens powder, the pre-workout, the Trust Your Gut probiotics, the Happily Ever After, because you're talking about the cravings. And so there we go there. And then Harmonious as well. And so I know I lost 21 pounds in those first 30 days, and it wouldn't have happened without the Ora supplements for sure. Because the cravings and all the things that come with that stuff are so hard. and actually be able to gently step off into that and then keep it going after those first 30 days has been just a gift for sure.
That's amazing to hear that, and congratulations, and that's huge. And I think with the supplements, I mean, you're right. You had it there, right? You did the meal prep, you did the thing, you showed up for your workouts. Like, I know you put in a lot of time and energy in that. It wasn't like this little like snap your finger moment, but what everything in that stack does is it, particularly with helping keeping things moving through the digestive system, it's going to not have you have those detox symptoms because you're actually moving things out of your body versus things being held onto. So that's amazing.
Yeah, I just want to say I agree with you.
Great.
Firsthand.
That is amazing. Oh, that's huge. And that's it. I mean, again, I love hearing from the customers and hearing all the different stories, because it's amazing what people experience. And it's why I stand by these products so heartily. So I want to share today, we have a couple new probiotics, both for adults and kids, a performance protein powder, which is going to be so great for everyone's workouts, a high potency vitamin D, as well as a chewable B12. So I am excited to dive in. So we're going to start with our new probiotics, and here's our little box, but more importantly is what these little probiotics come in. So our Trust Your Gut line, we have wonderful probiotics and prebiotics to support digestive and immune health. All the probiotics, they're going to have a healthy dose of prebiotics so that you get the fuel that the probiotics need to stay alive, to colonize your gut, to have their beneficial effects. We always use hand-picked acid-resistant strains, so you can be sure that when you take your probiotics, they're going to survive the very acidic stomach to get to the intestines to actually, again, have their effect. And I say hand-picked because, though our probiotics, they're all called Trust Your Gut, they are all a little bit different in the strains that are showing up based on the goals of the product. So here we have our beautiful little pixie powders. So these are probiotics in a new, very easy to take, very delicious to take format. These are literally like pixie sticks. There's no water needed. So you can take these probiotics anywhere. You don't have to have any water available for you on a plane, at a restaurant, at your office. Like, it's just so easy to take. And so they're in these little single serve packets. It's a mixture of lactobacillus and bifidobacterium probiotics. And what I love about these powder sticks, like, again, it works so perfectly because they're so great for on the go, and where they really thrive and what these probiotic strains have been chosen for is for their effects on immune health and their ways that they support the immune system. So you think about like germ-filled airplanes and public spaces, like this is when you take your probiotic, because these probiotic strains have been studied for and clinically researched for. So we have an adult as well as a kid's line, and the two have slightly different probiotic strains in them because there's some probiotic strains that have been specifically tested in children. So the probiotics pixies for kids actually have strains that have been tested to support the immune health and digestive health of kids. In the adults, they're actually strains that have been tested for the immune and health and digestive health in adults. And I know it sounds like that's elementary, but this is a game changer because most of those other probiotics are not doing that. So they are super delicious. There's no sugar added. So they're actually sweetened with xylitol. So it's a sugar alcohol. We love using xylitol for this, especially because it's a no water, quick in the mouth product, because xylitol has been shown to be so beneficial for oral health. Again, particularly in kids, but even in adults, that xylitol is associated with not having cavities, for example.
Bonus.
And yeah, it's pretty amazing. And then also for any folks that are worried about sugar alcohols, if you've been maybe a little sensitive to them in the past, at the dose that's found in here, xylitol is very nice and easier on the digestive system than some other sugar alcohols. And at the dose that you find in here, you would need to eat a whole box in a day in order to experience digestive issues. And then you'd probably be having the issues because you ate 30 billion or like 300 billion probiotics. So so you can feel safe and good knowing that these will not hurt your belly. There's no artificial colors in them. There's no artificial sugars in that, or artificial sweeteners in them, or artificial flavors. It's just a natural little fruit punch flavor with a little xylitol alongside your probiotics, with prebiotics from organic Jerusalem artichoke inulin, and they're really wonderful. I mentioned that you can take them when you're on the go, if you're on a plane or something like that, but I also like to use them around my cycle, because before your period, your immune health actually, your immune system decreases, it depresses in its activity. So it can be just helpful to bolster defenses before you get your period. So I really love that. And then same for the kids. I have a little dude at home, and so he starts getting a runny nose. This is when I tend to especially go for it. 10 billion probiotics in the adults, 6 billion in the kids. I love our little pixie sticks. They're pretty amazing.
Love it.
Right. Then let's talk about Work It. Okay, I'm gonna have like everything for show and tell today.
Yay.
So Work It is our new performance plant-based protein powder. So I'm sure a lot of your folks are familiar with our protein powder that we have, So Lean and So Clean. It's a wonderful daily protein powder. But Work It is really a pumped up version that's perfect for performance. So it is certified organic. We have 25 grams of protein per serving, and it comes from a blend of 14 different plant-based sources. The reason why we have this blend is because we get our full amino acid profile. So you get all the essential and non-essential amino acids that you need. We have lots of wonderful micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals that come along with those 14 different superfoods. And it also helps taste and mixability. So it's not a super chalky protein powder they have to sort of choke down. Like, it actually mixes nicely, definitely is really great in a shaker bottle, and end up not having that super protein powder taste. But the reason why it's Work It, the reason why it's so wonderful for performance, a few different reasons. There's 3 really special ingredients in it. The first one is this really special set of digestive enzymes. And these digestive enzymes have been clinically shown to help break down protein. So when you are eating like a protein powder, it really helps break that protein down into the component amino acids so that you get more amino acids into your blood. And that means you can rebuild your muscle better, stronger, faster. And again, this has been clinically shown that how it helps increase the amount of amino acids that get into the body after taking your protein powder. We also have probiotics in Work It. And you might be like, how are probiotics going to help my workout? But it's actually like a beautifully complex system that is happening in the intestines, and like probably too much to go into here, but basically how these probiotics help the immune system. And I should say that the specific Bacillus subtilis DE111, like this specific trademarked strain, has been shown to support the intestinal wall in such a way that ultimately it's associated with better muscle strength, as well as a more lean body mass following exercise. So basically that these, when you're working out, that you're more likely to make more muscle versus more fat. So it supports a lean body composition through the way that it supports the health of your digestive tract. So it's very, very cool. And again, it's not just random probiotics. These are clinically researched probiotics. So like taking Trust Your Gut does not make you have stronger muscles, but Work It does. The last one is that we have some tart cherry. So organic tart cherry powder. Tart cherry is really wonderful for supporting joint health, for supporting recovery and faster recovery from your workouts. And so this is really huge, because ultimately what Work It helps you do is actually digest the protein that you're taking in and actually then build the best muscle possible. So I love Work It for taking it after a workout. If you can take it directly after, or even just, favoring having Work It on a day that you've worked out is going to ultimately support that better muscle building, muscle strength, and faster recovery. We have 3 different flavors. One is actually an unflavored, unsweetened version. So if you don't want anything there, you can rest assured that it is clean and clear. We also have a vanilla as well as a chocolate. It's really lovely in food, drinks, water, anything you want to mix it in is really, really nice. And I love Work It. Mhm.
I use the protein powder in protein balls for sure.
Yes.
You know,
Mhm.
no bake protein bars, you know, you name it. So it
Perfect.
hasn't just been smoothies for me, but definitely smoothies.
Yeah, definitely smoothies. Yeah, it does. It works well. And I mean, I think of So Lean, So Clean when I think a lot of like, I mean, that's what I do for the protein balls that I make is it's so lean and so clean. But Work It can do the same, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Mhm. Okay, so let's talk 2 more. We have Soul Food, which is our high potency vitamin D3. It also has vitamin K2 in it. So this is a new one for us because we have a regular vitamin D3 supplement. It's a vegan D3 supplement. So that's very rare because most vegan vitamin Ds are vitamin D2, which is a form that is not as bioavailable in the body. So if you really want to make a change in your vitamin D levels, you want to look at vitamin D3. This is important because 43% of adults in the US are deficient in vitamin D, which is a little crazy. And vitamin D is so important for immune health, for bone health, for our mood. It is actually a hormone. It's not truly a vitamin. It's really a hormone. And so it has wide-reaching effects. So we boosted the amount of vitamin D3 up to 5,000 international units, and then we included vitamin K2. So vitamin K2 is a really important partner for vitamin D. Vitamin D, it helps you take calcium into the body, so that's why it's associated with better bone health. But vitamin K2 helps you move that calcium from your blood into the bones. So ultimately, that's what makes the calcium get into the bones and help the better bone health. And this is also important because if that calcium is sticking around in your blood and if it's not moving into the bones, that's when you start to run into issues like calcified arteries and stiff arteries and these things that we do not want for our heart health. So if you want great cardiovascular health paired with your bone health, D3 plus K2 is the way to go. I already mentioned that we get our D3 from a vegan source. It's actually lichen, which is essentially a moss type thing that grows on trees. And then we have K2, which is made from a fermented chickpea. And we have a very special type of K2. It's called menoquinone 7, if you are keeping tabs and wanting to know all the specific names. But it's been shown to be the most bioavailable and clinically potent version of K2. So, and speaking to sort of how we really think so thoughtfully about sourcing and what we're doing. We don't just throw a K2 in there. We make sure we have the best K2 that we possibly can find. Also fun is that this soul food is a chewable tablet. So there's no flavors added, no colors added. It's sweetened with a little bit of erythritol and xylitol, but it kind of tastes like a little nice sweet cream tablet. And it's nice to just not have another pill to swallow, but it's just a nice, enjoyable little chewable tablet that you can have. So this is soul food. Especially if you're thinking, okay, wait, do I need this? Should I take this high potency one versus the other soul food? If you're like trying to figure out what to do, I recommend you just go get your vitamin D levels tested. And that's can be a helpful sign. If you're like, oh, I'm pretty good. I don't really, I'm good there. You know, maybe the regular soul food and having a lower dose is a nice maintenance amount. But if you get that you're really deficient, oh, maybe you want to go a little bit higher and you can talk to your doctor about what dose is right for you. So if you're feeling on the fence about that, I would say just get tested and then you know.
Perfect. Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I love like I get the random question like, should I take iron? You say, please, I'm not sure. I do not know, but I can tell you who tends to need iron. But anyway, last up, Fuzzy B12. This is our vegan B12 supplement. It was really important that we created a B12 supplement because, as I mentioned, we have an all plant-based line. A lot of our customers are plant-based, and unfortunately, there's not a lot of B12 to be found in plant-based foods. So it's also one that's very I'll say that there's a lot of things that can get in the way of good digestion and absorption of B12. For example, as we age, our digestion of B12 goes down and our ability to absorb it. If you're someone that does experience digestive issues, whether it is IBS or Crohn's or a lot of heartburn or just a lot of constipation or diarrhea, like these signs that your digestive system are off, that could be a clue that your body may have some trouble digesting B12 and absorbing B12. And I say that just because, again, it needs very specific conditions to be absorbed by the body. And so if you're experiencing a rocky digestive system, it's less likely that you're having those very specific conditions. B12, it's important for our nervous system, for energy levels, for brain health, heart health. We call this buzzy B12 because very likely you will feel a little mood, energy boost when you take it because of its effects on energy in the body. So we have this 1,500 micrograms, of very bioactive vegan B12. I want to call out again, thinking about nutrient forms, the B12 that we include in here is methylcobalamin. And if you look at, whatever multivitamin or B12 supplement you have in your cabinet, I recommend you do. And if you look on the back of the bottle, you'll see if it's methylcobalamin versus cyanocobalamin. And cyano, it begins with a C, C-Y-A-N-O. So cyanocobalamin. Cyanocobalamin is cheaper, easier and more easily accessible. And it is a synthetic source of B12 and is a less bioavailable source of B12 for a lot of folks. Long story short, there's a lot of genetic mutations that can happen in people. And it's estimated that about 40% of the population does not have the genes that are necessary in order to efficiently make cyanocobalamin into the active methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin that we need in the body. So if you are one of those 40%, I am one, it's really nice and important to have a methylcobalamin that you're taking. And again, you can get this this genetic issue, you can get it tested if you want to, or I just say like better safe than sorry and go for your methylcobalamin. It's really nice to take. So it's really important that we include that methylcobalamin in there. You can take it in the morning or midday because it's wonderful for an energy boost. And similar to soul food, it's a chewable. And this one is really nice. It has a raspberry flavor. It's super yum. Erythritol and xylitol sweetened again. And it's just, again, one less pill to take and is really lovely.
I've always said that something I really like about Ora Organic is the prioritization of making sure that the ingredients that are in these supplements not only are, consciously sourced and this, that, and the other, but they actually get absorbed by the body, that they're actually in the best state possible to be absorbed by the body. Because I've given tips before. I'm like, I don't know, what you might be taking, but if it, it may not actually be doing anything. You might actually be pooping it out in whole time. It hasn't done a thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's really important. And it's, the adage of like, you are what you eat, and back in school, we used to say, no, it's not you are what you eat, you are what you absorb, right? You are what you can actually take in. And so you're right there with it. And, happily ever after is just going back to that one again, is a great example of something that's helping you actually be able to absorb things so that you can get those benefits, but then similarly, choosing very specifically which supplement forms of things you're taking, it makes a big difference.
Yeah. It's one thing to take a bunch of supplements. It's a whole other to know that what you're taking is doing what it needs to do in your body. It's a whole nother thing.
Well, and you learn that you ultimately need less, I don't want to say you need less than you thought you did, but I use the example of, a kale salad of like, okay, well, do you need a kale salad that's the size of your head? Probably not. You actually need to eat a kale salad that's this big that you can digest. Right. And so it's that same deal if you don't need 95 different supplements when your body's actually able to take in what you're consuming.
Right. Totally agree. Is there anything else you'd like to add regarding the line of supplements or tips for our women, who might be thinking about trying something? Maybe there's something they should consider starting with, if they're starting to get into Ora. Any suggestions or thoughts on that?
Great question. I always say start with what is the most compelling thing to you. If you are really excited about building muscle strength, okay, go for the protein powder and go for that. If you are really excited about getting digestive issues straightened out, look at the probiotics. If you are really working on hormonal acne issues, or your skin is truly the thing you care most about, start there. Because if you start with something that's compelling for you, you're going to stick with it, and you're also going to actually notice the changes and be able to really start to build. So I would really say, if you say what's one thing that I want to change or shift, or an experience I'd like to have in my world, and then find a supplement that supports that, versus feeling oh, I must take this, I must take that, I must take this.
Start
That's
simple.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple, keep it exciting for you and for your body, right? We're all different and we all need different things. And so it's a gift when we really choose what is compelling for us.
Well, I love that. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Sam?
Just, I'll just say one other, tagline that we say around at Ora is it's really about plant-based nutrition made easy. We really try to make things easy, convenient, and again, sort of that compelling aspect. You want to wake up and take your supplements because they taste delicious, or they make you feel good, or you've experienced the changes. So we really try to make it easy for you, and truly any questions that come up, whether it was about this presentation, this conversation, or anything else in the future, reach out to our team. You might even hear from me, because sometimes I hop in on these questions. So you could say, Sam, tell me, whatever you need, just let me know.
Well,
And
we put it to the test. I've definitely gotten questions that I'm like, I don't have the answer, but Ora would. And
Yes.
then it actually would come from one of the nutritionists at Ora, the answer for whatever the question might be. So
That's perfect.
definitely any questions can go to me and I can pass them along to Ora, easy peasy.
Great.
But just like with any supplement program, if you're unsure, check in with your doctor. But by and large, yeah, start simple, try the things that make the most sense for you. One more time, our traditional stack for Kaia is the protein powder, the greens, the pre-workout, the probiotics, trust your gut, the apple cider vinegar, and the Harmonious. So if that's some stack that you're interested in, that's fine as well. But questions can go our way. We're happy to answer them. Well, thank you so much, Sam, for all your time and just sharing your passion about supplements and these supplements, and particularly the new ones that have released that, now our girls can be educated about and try at will. And beyond that, I'm sure we'll be doing another video in our future soon enough.
That sounds great. Thank you so much, Caren. Thank you so much for having me here and for all that you do.
Of course. Thank you.